Anyone like to jump in on this one? Ant, do you want to speak?
I'll jump in.
I feel like it's got your name on it. It's got your name on it.
Hi, I'm Ant Clemons. I'm wearing a green knit hat right now, even though I normally wear a red beanie. I have on
Come on, beanie.
a black helmet length shirt, it's a hoodie, and some jeans. And I'm African American. And I normally wear black too. I thought that was cool. What was the question? What was up? I'm sorry. Co-creation. You co-created with that question. You know, that's what it was. So what had happened was, y'all, in co-creation, I love to co-create. Man, I co-created so well, I have a baby girl. So let me tell you, I co-create every day with my Lord and Savior. Like I'm a firm Christian, so like everything you were saying about the spirits, I was like, oh yeah, girl, I got the spirits in me too. I'm like, this is incredible. Like to pull from the source and then create from that space.
Yeah.
And like to be open enough to invite people into your space when you don't have the answers is always the best thing, I think. Because we don't always have every answer. So like I lean on like my religion, but I lean on every foundation I had growing up. It's so cool hearing like the things that I wish I would have heard as a kid. Like that was a beautiful thing to say. My parents did like such an amazing job with like myself and my sisters that like my childhood was great. So like I create from my childhood. It's like, oh, I just want to be like Michael Jackson and Power Rangers and Dragon Ball Z. So I apply that to everything I do moving forward. So it's like the people that I didn't have the same experience with growing up with, I connect to through music. And it's like the stories are common. Maybe not every experience is, but someone will find a why that's similar to yours. And yeah, that's why I think co-creating is so important, because without it, my story is just my story, your story is just your story, their story is just their story. But in co-creation, we're bringing them all together to show that we're all alike, a lot more alike than we are different.
So I want to add, it's kind of a mix of the question we didn't get into from the marketing side and this kind of because that's what I do. So, because that's what my job. I am an artist also, but my job is to help artists with that authenticity and find what it is they're going to say and what content they're going to make around their music to help communicate to you through those algorithms and all that fun stuff that nobody wants to do. But there's a lot of different ways to look at it. There's a lot of, I like to look, that's a different conversation, but we can view it as an opportunity, not an obligation. But the way we get to it, it's a collaborative job, right? It's like, I'm not the artist, I have to take in what the artist is putting out. And I'm not a religious person, but I do believe in like the universe talking to me in my own way. So what I do, to me it's about not self-editing too much. That's the point I'm arriving at. Is don't overly self-edit. So the way I do it is I like to do long distance running. I like to go out, and what that does is it breaks down your defenses. When you're 8 miles into a run, you're not thinking anymore. You're just, the world is talking to you, and if you're thinking backwards for like what I'm trying to accomplish, I get the weirdest ideas, and then I just text my team right away, like, what if we did this for this project here? And then they're like, what? Okay, that's crazy, but then we can do this instead. And like, never self-edit to the point that the collaboration finds its way back around. And that's kind of my way of arriving.
Yes. In a songwriting session, it's like there's no bad ideas. Throw them on the table. Because when someone goes, oh, that one feels exciting to me, and then you ping pong until you get somewhere. So the thing is, it's never crazy. Like, throw it on the table. I love that. That's a crazy idea.
A lot of crazy texts from me.
That's awesome. I love that. You're inspiring your team to think big and wacky. Yes. There's no such thing as normal. Normal is suppressed weirdness. Please be weird.
Put that on a t-shirt.
And weird, by the way, by definition, is otherworldly, supernatural.
Yes.
Larger than life. I love this.
I wanted to say something about co-creation, and because it took me so long to be comfortable with who I actually am, because my upbringing was not so great, and I got bullied quite heavily, and so a lot of my internalized beings and parts that I was scared to show, like, for instance, that I loved the circus, that I wanted to be a clown as a kid. I was the kind of girl that would wear, like, a clown face to school. I couldn't show up in co-creation as the purest form of myself until I started to accept those parts. And I think that that is, like, the biggest shift that happened even for me this year, is that I could show up much more honestly and purely, so that the people that I was creating with, I could actually let them in on a deeper level, which then created deeper and more meaningful music on a communal level, because then I realized that I'm actually not the only one, which I thought I was.
So good. That's really actually very powerful, y'all, because like this conversation that we're having is it's huge, you know, and everybody's really sharing and circling this same idea. Like it is about embracing who you are. It is about going back to that. I have 2 children who are just turned 4, and because they're twins, I got to see 2 people be very, very different from like in the womb and born. Like they are very different people from the beginning. And my job is to help support them, to discover them, and be a kind person in the world. But to see like, oh, these are very different people, right? And why did I start by saying that? Because the embracing of yourself, I think that adulting is really like getting to heal and peel away the layers that came, that were either put on or told to be, and to be emerge as that person that you always were, right? That soul that you always were. And here you all are talking about like the discovery of self, and the power of yourself is to really emerge as that person that you came in here being. Please.
And co-creation, y'all get paid more, okay? So, like, you can make a little bit of money by yourself, but you can make a lot of bit of money with everybody else. That's it, okay?
You had a question that you said about like, while you were on your journey, what pivots that you didn't realize would happen?
Yes.
Yeah, see, I do be paying attention. I'm like, no, I'm just I'm messing. So basically, you know, I wanted to do the music thing. I was so hyper-focused. I had the tunnel vision to become a musician, and I was doing everything, and you know, I had a lot of twists and turns and this and that, right? So I'm, you know, a woman who's blind trying to be a musician. I'm getting signed here and there, but nothing's really taking off. And I started songwriting, and that was actually good. I liked being in the songwriter seat because I didn't have to work so hard at like, also be this person and also, you know, deal with the emotions of like this and that. But what really happened was a lot of studios were inaccessible, or some people were weirded out because I wasn't like all the way forward about like my disabilities or my neurodivergences, right? So what I ended up doing was during COVID, I took a break. And I just started trying to meet other artists with neurodivergences and like chronic conditions, disabilities, whatever, just to have these discussions. And then it turned into this like big like thing of people. Like there was like 50 of us talking together, and we all felt we were the only one. So what ended up happening was I ended up putting together this coalition called RAMPed, Recording Artists and Music Professionals with Disabilities. So now I'm running this whole ass business because I wished something like that had existed. So then I was running that and building that for 3 years. We started getting partnerships with like the Grammys, Live Nation, like everybody was starting to partner with us. We got in the New York Times. Now all of a sudden, like I had to put my music career on hold, right? And I'm getting all of this really great attention as an entrepreneur, as a CEO. Then all of a sudden I get Penguin Random House gives me a book deal, which by the way, you'll see flyers around. Please go get my book, it comes out in January. Yes. But the point I'm making is that it was like 2024. I was looking at the business going well. I just had finished writing the book. I had started like those canes that I have. I'd started a whole like line of those canes. And so if you have anybody that uses a cane, come check out glamcanes.com. I sat down, looked at the whole thing, and I was like, fuck, I actually just made the world better for me to go back into music. And so I went back into music, and now here I am in such a better place. There's no like wall I'm hitting. We're constantly going forward. The phone is ringing off the hook. I'm being my authentic self. We're going viral here and there. We're playing shows. And none of that could happen until that pivot where I was like, hey, let me solve this problem real quick. And then all of a sudden, without even realizing it, I was like, holy shit, this place is better for me. So I just want to share.
Awesome.